Greetings students, welcome to Grade 12 Mathematics class. For this unit, we'll cover Introduction to Linear Programming. So let's talk about the unit outcomes. So by the end of this unit, you'll be able to deduce how to find regions of inequality graphs. You solve systems of linear inequality, you construct linear programming problems, and you will also solve real-life problems of linear programming problems. So now let's look at keywords. So the first keyword is minimum value. So minimum means the lowest value. So optimal value means an important value. So bounded solution region means area covered by two or more graphs. We will also look at feasible region today. We'll look at maximum value, which is the opposite of minimum value. You look at the slope of a line because we're still on algebra. We'll look at half-plane solution, and finally we'll look at corner points. Okay, let's start with 4.1. 4.1 is graphical solution of systems of linear inequalities. So የዚህ ሰብቶፒክ ኦብጀክቲቭ ምንድነው? ሊኒየር ኢኳሊቲስ ምን ማለት እንደሆነ ኤክስፕሌን ማድረግ፣ ግራፋቸውን መሳል፣ ከዛ ሶሉሽን መፍጠር ማለት ነው። ሶ ይህንን ቶፒክ አንደርስታንድ ካደረገ ሪል ላይፍ የሆኑ ፕሮብሌሞች መጨረሻ ላይ ስንገባ እንዴት ሶልቭ እንደምናደርግ ማወቅ እንችላለን ማለት ነው። ሶ ይሄ ነው የዚች ሰብ ቶፒክ ኦብጀክቲቭ ማለት ነው። ሶ ሌትስ ስታርት ባይ ዲፋይኒንግ ዋት አን ኢኳሊቲ ኢዝ። አም ሹር ዩ ኖ ዋት አን ኢኳሊቲ ኢዝ ፍሮም ዩር ፕሪቪየስ ክላስ ፕሮባብሊ ፍሮም ግሬድ 7. ሶ ኢንኢኳሊቲ ኢዝ አ ፓርት ኦፍ አልጀብራ ዛት ኮንቴንስ ግሬተር ዛን፣ ሌስ ዛን፣ greater than or equal to, or greater less than or equal to. So for example, if you look at example 1, there's one inequality problem. It says solve 7x plus 3 less than 5x plus 9. So you see the inequality sign in the middle, right? So this becomes an equality problem. So this is an easy inequality question. We'll do it vocally. So to do this, you collect like terms. So you have 7x minus 5x less than 9 minus 3. So you collect like terms. So the left side becomes 2x, the right side becomes 6. So when you solve for x, it becomes x is less than 3. So now you have the solution as x less than 3, but you have to show the solution on a number line. So to do this, you draw a number line, you put 0 in the middle. To the left of 0, you put all the negative numbers. To the right of 0, you put all the positive numbers. Now you go to point 3. If you look at it, it only says x is less than 3, right? So the circle will be an open circle or is not shaded. So you put a circle and you mark all the numbers that are represented by x less than 3. So if you see the red line, all the numbers are part of the solution. So remember to do things. First, you solve for x. You solve the inequality for x. And after that, you show the solution on a number line. Okay, we'll do more example on this topic. Okay, now let's look at example 2. So example 2 says solve the following problems and then show the graph of the solution on a number line. So you are given with these inequalities. So the inequalities are 2x minus 3 is less than 1, and you also have 4x minus 1 greater than or equal to 1. So these are the inequalities which are given. So we are required to find x, and you show it on a number line. Okay, we're going to do two things. You find x, and you show it on a number line. So this is how we start solving the problem. So I'm going to call this inequality 1. I'm going to call this inequality 2. So inequality 1, so I'm going to take 2x. When I take 3 over that side, it becomes this. So x is less than 2, right? Divide by 2 by 2. X is less than 2. Okay. Now, I'll go to my number line. And I draw a number line. Like this. So I'm going to put 0 in the middle. So 2 here is somewhere. So if I put 1 here, 2 will be over here. So x is less than 2 means all the numbers going to the left of 2 will be part of the solution, right? So I solve for x and I put the solution on a number line. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for inequality 2. So you have 4x. When I take minus 1 over that side, it becomes 2. X is half. X is 1 over 2 or half. Okay, 1 over 2 is somewhere here, right? This is half. So x is greater than half, right? Remember, there's this sign, greater than or equal to, so I'm going to put a circle and have to shade it, right? So I mark all the numbers which are greater than half to be over this, right? Okay, now the solution will be the area which are covered by two of the solutions. So it will be this side, right? If you look at this area is represented by both solutions, right? So the solution will be x is going to be between this and this. So the final answer will be x will be greater than half or equal to half, but less than 2. So this will be the final solution. So remember, first you have to solve the inequality and you show it on a number line. When you have this sign, greater than or equal to, make sure you shade the circle like this. If there is nothing under the inequality sign, you don't need to shade the circle. And finally, you find the common area or the common regions where the two inequalities share, right? And after that, you put the solution like this. Okay, now let's look at second example. So the example says solve 3x minus 5 over 2 greater than or equal to x plus 1 over 4 minus 2. So you are given with this. Three x minus 5 over 2 greater than or equal to x plus 1 over 4 minus 2. You solve for this. So to do this, you remember, you see this, there's a denominator here, so I will have to get rid of the denominator. So if I multiply everything by 4, I'm going to multiply everything by 4 times 4 times 4. Okay, so if I multiply everything by 4, 4 divided by 2 is 2, right? So it will be 2, 3x minus 5. 4 will cancel 4, so x plus 1. 4 times 2 is minus 8. So I will expand this bracket, 6x minus 10, x plus, minus 7. Okay, when I collect like terms, here becomes 5x. When I take 10 over this side, it becomes 3. Right, it to be plus 10 here. So x is greater than or equal to 3 over 5. So now I have this solution. Remember, I have to also show it on a number line. So in number line, this is 0, right? So let's say if I put 1 here. So 3 over 5 is between 0 and 1. So 3 over 5 will be over here. X is greater than 3 over 5. So remember, greater than or equal. So I have to shade this circle. And the solution will be all the numbers going over this side. So let's know all the numbers greater than 3 over 5 are part of the solution. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 10, it can be 1 million. All the numbers greater than 3 over 5 are the solution of this inequality.